He's made it to the FC Pro Open finals. That is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I found it really interesting the way I really like the way Anders wants to let the people know, you know. He's trying to remind everyone, listen guys, I am the greatest. He believes he is the greatest. But kick-off here between Emre Yilmaz and Danny. Who is actually going to join him, Brandon? I mean, who knows between these two?
Well, then here we go. Emre Yilmaz versus Danipitbull for a spot and a shot at the FC Pro Open Championship. Could also be a rematch. Emre Yilmaz and Anders went head-to-head at the Euros. That's a brilliant through ball. He just about does enough, Yapstam. We were speaking his praises just moments before. I mean, so often on that through ball, you can get caught out.
Yeah, big time. Really need to touch on there from Emre. Guys, the advanced defending with Yapstam there just really looks out for that through ball. These guys, they're looking at it through the eye of the needle, these through balls.
Speaking of which, there's your finesse, and there's your first goal. 5 minutes into the game, and it is Emre Yilmaz who is waving the flag for Team Liquid. It's these balls here, Shuri, the timing of it makes all the difference.
It's just impossible to defend, Brandon. When people time it perfectly like that, it's impossible to defend. He had a chance the other end, so nearly got through. And Emre punishes and goes 1-0 to the good.
Well, there's your poll. Who is going to win this one? 60% if you go the way of Emre Yilmaz. And it could be good timing, because as it stands, he does lead by a goal to 0 in this one.
Tough start for Danny, and something I do just want to touch on actually quick, Brandon, is Emre Yilmaz's FC Pro item. Wijnaldum has now got incisive pass plus and tiki-taka plus. I mean, that's two of the best playstyles you'd want on a centre midfielder.
Of course, keep in mind as well, Shuri, that he's in a top 4, so he's had another upgrade as well, so there's going to be a new position and role that comes in. If he wins the whole tournament, that Gini Wijnaldum will go up an 80 to an 88 rated player, and there'll also be another +1 on a skill move all week for upgrade.
Some would say he's going to the moon, Brandon.
We'll have to check the market for that. Do let us know at home if you have been investing in the FC Pro Live items. Again, it's the opportunity for a pro player to upgrade your item at home. Shelling. The cutback was there. The idea was limit him out.
Yeah, trying to find that cutback, expecting a couple of player locks, but really keep an eye, guys. I mean, I've noticed so far in this game the width that Emre Yilmaz is finding. Just really trying to trigger those runs and give Danipitbull a whole lot to deal with in defence.
Consistency as well for Emre Yilmaz. He's always here on a finals day at the FC Pro Open, but he's never been to a grand final. It just blows my mind every single time we sit here. It doesn't matter where we are in the world, Shuri, covering these events. There's always a Team Liquid player somewhere in the Final Four. Bellingham, just about onside. Speak about liquid football. Oh, well, it was Team Liquid's very own.
I love the pun, Brandon. Liquid football indeed.
Look at this again. Little player lock, didn't use it, then Wilson unlocked the door. Bellingham's just onside. Emre Yilmaz 2-0 leads.
I mean, last year we had, in FC 25, we had a lot of first-time through balls that were over the top. This year, it's far more dominated by first-time through balls along the ground there, Brandon. You see them, they trigger the run literally just as they're about to pass it, which makes it so impossible to defend. And that's why we have to accept that players are just going to concede goals. You can't be that angry when you concede.
It feels like, Shuri, no matter who you've got, Team of the Year, Lucy Bronze, you know, a full Team of the Year backline. That first time through ball, how do you try and stop it? Is it you stop the pass before you get to the through ball? I know you're shaking your head at me, but you just got to accept defeat to a degree. I mean, we were saying about this with, I think, Maicon at right back. No matter who you've got, they don't win the battle.
It's a mystery. It's truly a mystery.
Hang on, Bellingham might be on for 3 here. Ball roll. And no way through.
Danny needs some sort of reply here. He's not been bad at all, Danny. He's been getting up the pitch. He's been triggering those runs. He's been doing the first-time through balls, trying to find the angles.
Is this his chance? Bellingham extra pass. Lamine Yamal composed. Oh, Danipitbull.
But we said he needed one back, Brandon. He got it at the perfect time. I have to say, absolutely amazing composure at the end there, but I feel a little bit for Emre, as I feel like, you see the way he almost gets Pacho in the way of this finesse here, just ever so slightly, gets the deflection, but it's enough to go in for Danny.
You thought for a second he might have overplayed it. You can only imagine, Shuri, how hard it is for these guys to stay that composed, that locked in, with this amount on the line.
I think you know that you have to now. We spoke about the importance of goals. We know how many goals go in on FC 26. We've gone back to the Danipitbull of score a goal, zero reaction. But I can't imagine what Danipitbull we're going to see if he can come somehow.
I feel like
come with a late winner here.
I feel like it's the battle of the no reactions. They're not going to give you much, are they? I'll tell you that. If Danipitbull does win, you will see a lot of emotion from it. There's a lofted ball into Jude Bellingham. He's going to try and flick that down. Keep in mind that the champion tonight will get to choose their own icon SBC. If you heard the options earlier, Shuri, who would be your pick? It was Sol Campbell, it could be Del Piero, Dalglish or Ricardo Kaká. Again, the champion will get to choose one of those players to be a special FC Pro Open Live SBC to complete in game.
I mean, listen.
Danipitbull, 2-2.
I mean, we'll get to the item in a second, Brandon. I mean, what a nice little cutback there from Danny. Finds the goal. Nice, simple play here. Shelling down the far side once again. The ball inside to Abeli. I mean, Emre kind of in no man's land there. But going back to the player I would like, I mean, it's got to be King Kenny, really. It's got to be King Kenny. But I do feel like Kaká might be a bit of a fan favourite. I mean, it might be who the champion ends up going with. We'll have to wait and see. What about you?
Well, I've had the pleasure once of commentating alongside him, but I'm a big fan of Ricardo Kaká.
That's a good one, Brandon.
I just think he's just such a top bloke.
I've seen Kaká before, if that helps. Back in 20, I saw him at the launch event. That's about all I've got for you. So I think you might be winning on that front.
I've just got a really cynical feeling that we're going to be seeing potentially Sol Campbell. I mean, I can't say too much. It's going to be a shenanigans anyway. Whatever happens with these FC Pro.
I mean, if it's Anders to win, who knows? Who knows what he's going to do?
I mean, there's no Brazilian. Oh no, there is Kaká. Kaká's definitely not being chosen if Anders wins. Let us know in the chat, YouTube or Twitch chat, which player you would love to see as an icon SBC. Lamar finesse! Emre Yilmaz back in front.
I mean, sometimes it's easy when you're watching, Brandon. It felt sort of quite predictable that he was going to come inside there, but on the finesse. But how many times today have we seen a shot across goal? Just break this down again here, guys. Triggers the runs, expects him not to cut in, but he cuts in indeed. Big goal here.
Just love it as well in the audience we got here. Everyone's got their own favourites, haven't they, of who they're supporting. It could be because they've got the FC Pro Live items. There might be someone who's invested 1 million coins in an item.
I could safely say, guys, I've not invested any coins because it would often go badly wrong for me. I'm not your man for trading. Absolutely, a couple of people might have invested. Well, Danny came back with the reply before, Brandon, so yeah, I'm interested to see him pull it off here.
3-2 Emre Yilmaz leads. For those asking in the chat, yes, the grand final will be played tonight. It will be live on this broadcast. There will be someone lifting that FC Pro Open crown. It could be Anders Vergaan to do it back-to-back years. Wilson, broken the line, Wilson ball roll, extra pass that makes all the difference. And it's Vitinha that's given Emre Yilmaz that 2-goal cushion once again.
Yeah, ice cold from Emre, absolutely ice cold. The quick passing, how often have we touched on tonight? You don't need any skill moves, guys. You can just literally hold R1, dribble forward, and the ball roll pass. Another time I want to bring up the ball roll pass that we saw tonight as well, Brandon. That was a clutch goal. Was Levy in that last-minute equaliser against Anders. He did that ball, and when you ball roll just before passing, the difference it makes. And that's a tip for you guys playing at home. A stupendous goal there from Emre Yilmaz. I mean, one more here, Brandon, and it's starting to look like a bit of a mountain to climb. Your name's Danipitbull.
But as we know, and as we saw in that Anders against Levy game, even at 3-0 down there was a way back in. Pina, her shot blocked.
Emre trying to counter-attack here. Keep an eye on those first-time through balls, guys. Honestly, these players will keep triggering the runs of these wingers.
Sega. Yamal. Pina, oh, what a block from Carlos Alberto. Still not dealt with it though. Danipitbull still knocking on the door.
Brandon, just to touch on something I think that's quite interesting in the game at the moment is we saw a couple of players last week using the aerial meta, using that Team of the Year Haaland item. So we see Django here saying it has to be Kaka. Well, that's what you want, Brandon.
Well, someone in the chat made a great point as well. We have seen Kaka previously as an SBC winner. There's a lot of love for King Kenny.
Nami, I respect you, my friend.
Del Piero would be generational.
Yeah, Del Piero with a bit of 5-star weak foot and finesse. I wouldn't mind that either. Lee Sol Campbell, I hope Tom Lees ain't listening, but I'm sure he probably is.
Corner. Coutinho lost it. You know where that one's going to go. Lofted back. Wilson! How on earth? Has she got there?
Look at lie, guys. Me and Brandon have just had to sort of look at each other here and think, how on earth has that gone in? I mean, we've broke down corners like this all year. The corner to the back post, the player lock, but I mean, from that angle, that volley, I mean, Brandon, it's an interesting shot choice, even from one of the world's best.
Well, often it would just be blocked, wouldn't it? On that occasion.
Oh, I'm Danny, I feel hard done by there. I do feel a bit hard done by.
Well, the gap gets slightly larger. Maybe Emre Yilmaz feels like he's got a point to prove and he wants that match against Anders.
Well, of course, Brandon, it's that all-important rematch from the Euros, isn't it? Between those two.
And what a storyline that is, by the way. Can Anders Vergang take down the whole of Team Liquid?
Yeah, I mean...
He's taken Manu down, he's beaten Levy in what was, again, they've all gone to extra time, these games.
I'll say that before, they got just... All they need to do is just do a revision on Anders, and they could beat everybody else. I'll tell you that for free.
It would be the first time that Emre's been to the final of the FC Pro, but look at him dancing around the box.
Ah, Emre, this is different gravy, my friend. Absolutely different gravy. Deserved the goal there. Precision shooting, just let him down ever so slightly on that angle. And you'd imagine, Brandon, that Danny probably just goes to keep a last attack here. I mean, you can't concede another one before half-time, and he just might.
As Emre Yilmaz got enough here to bag another goal.
It's +2, it's carnage here, Brandon.
Hang on, extra pass! Should never have happened. Should never have got to that situation. It's a 4-goal gap going into half-time, and it really is a mountain to climb for Danipitbull.
Oh, that's a sucker punch for Danny there, Brandon. I mean, part of me thinks, I don't know if he thought maybe it was +1 or something, because the way he seemed to hesitate in centre midfield and lose the ball there, it didn't look like it looked like he was just waiting for the ref to blow for half-time.
It feels like such an unnecessary goal to concede.
Yeah. Oh, that's one that's really hard to concede just before the half-time break.
The only positive he's got, he's still got a big 9 minutes. Half-time. Danipitbull. Does he know the situation that is in front of him as it stands?
Yeah, I mean, like you touched on that, Brandon, of course.
If you're the coach right now, look, do you even dare to say anything to him?
Yeah, is it a bit a bit antsy at the moment. You don't really have anything to say.
You don't really come over the shoulder and go, by the way, mate, you need to sort the defender now.
Can't really do that just before half-time.
No.
I mean, we know the importance of coaches, but like you mentioned before, we've obviously got 9-minute halves being played here at the FC Pro Open, so we know there's plenty of time. If 6-minute halves, this looks like a totally different game.
And if we know anything about the FC Pro Open, you can always have a comeback. The amount of goals that we've seen, the goal swing we've seen again. This is our semi-final. If you have just joined us, this is the FC Pro Open finals. We have got a big one next. Anders Vergang is there waiting in the wings for one of these two to join him.
What do you think Anders is thinking right now, Brandon? What's the sort of...
He's thinking, I want to lift that trophy for a second year in a row.
He's just watching this and absolutely raring to go. I think if you'd have...
You wouldn't believe it, I spoke to him before we kicked off tonight. He played 2 practice games, one against Tugra, one against Danipitbull, lost them both, and he was raging. He said, oh, I'm going to... His words were to me, if you want to film a video, let's film it now, because you're not going to film it later tonight. As it stands, maybe he needed to lose those few practice games. Case joins us on commentary. I mean, this is a situation for Danipitbull, Case. He finds himself 4-0 down on the scoreline. The next goal is everything.
Yeah, it's a tough one because he's been so dominant. Obviously, we saw that game against Nasada. I said it before, he's gone Super Saiyan with his new blonde hair, but it's not quite carrying over into this one. Almost made it 7 there. But yeah, I mentioned it before. I said I would be very happy with an Emre Yilmaz versus Anders final, which as it stands, that's what it's looking like. But we'll see if Danny's able to pull a few back and potentially get back in this match.
I mean, it just feels crazy how much we sort of predicted the fact that those two would match in the final. You said it right at the beginning of the broadcast, Case, and then here we are, 40 minutes, 40 in-game minutes away.
Kind of feels like potentially a really fitting final between these two as well, because they have played head-to-head quite a few times. Shelling looking for goal number 7 for Emre Yilmaz.
Just couldn't find a way in there. You do think if goal number 7 goes in, it's surely curtains, surely it's all she wrote.
Yeah, I think it might be GG's at that point.
I think an item I want to touch on as well is just that Sega Team of the Year item prize. Like, honestly, if you've got about 600k, as you see Danipitbull, a chance
here.
There's
one! Donnarumma tried to get a hand on it, but he couldn't quite.
There's a chance.
Well, if you're going to start building, you need to lay down the first couple of bricks. That was terrible.
Is that one of the foundations that's been laid?
It's a start. It's a start for Danny, but it's a long way up that mountain. Especially when Emre is still looking like he's attacking with all his power that he's got up there.
But he's got fans in the crowd. That goes a long way. I think hearing people cheering for you positively.
I think having a crowd as a player is one of those things that just give you that extra boost, that extra bit of momentum.
A question for you both in the chat as well. Say if you were to win the FC Pro Open and you could choose any icon in the game, any icon of your choice, that you could look into the stats and maybe give him an extra play style or maybe give him a skill move or a weak foot upgrade as Emre looks to find number 7, which he does. It's a 4-goal gap. But that's the question, who would you choose? Do you go boring and do you go for a Hullet or an R9, or do you mix up and choose a personal favourite?
I've got to go with my favourite player of all time, Stevie G. You give Stevie G a good weak foot, some good pass and play styles, some good this, good that. I'm going to ask for a million things here. Got a great item right there. Case?
I'm going to go also personal choice, Alex Morgan. Give her every single shooting play style, and I'm a happy camper.
Team of the Year item wasn't good enough so far.
No, give her the best. You know what, make her 99 rated. Greatest American player of all time, Alex Morgan, my favorite.
Again, let us know in the chat which icon you would choose if you could choose any. Must be quite a nice feeling as well, knowing in the game that is your SBC item.
Yeah. What's your choice, Brandon?
I was just thinking.
Put you on the spot here now.
Trying to think of an icon that I've got a bit of a bit of a relationship with.
Might be Kaka again.
You've casted with quite a few. Choose one of them.
I'm trying to think of a really rogue icon here, because I don't want to be boring. I mean, I think the community would probably either love you or hate you if you said R9. Shellin! 7-4. Some of the chat when Dennis Bergkamp, Shevchenko. I'll tell you what, Andrei Shevchenko might be a shout, because I'll be honest, right now, he's not usable at all. When I was about 12 years old, for my birthday, I got an AC Milan top with Shevchenko on the back.
Okay, that's personal.
Very random.
Still got it now?
Somewhere. I think all the letters are probably peeled off at that point, but it was part of that AC Milan team that was ridiculous. He went to Chelsea and then won't say any more.
So you want a usable item now?
A very usable one.
Yeah.
Well, here's that man watching backstage. He's got a grand final to prepare for. And he's just sitting back and waiting to find out who he's playing against.
I mean, do you think if Anders was writing a script in his head of the day, thinking he's won 6-5, 6-5, I mean, what happens in the final?
He certainly doesn't make it easy, does he?
Right, we've had loads of suggestions from the chat. Maldini. Again, he's always great, though, isn't he? I mean, it just feels like cheat code. Cruyff again, superb. Someone give us something a bit different. Raquel, mate.
Oh, great shout. That's an emotional player for me, I'm not going to lie.
Carlos Alberto, what are you doing there? Pele? Oh, come on, that's a bit boring.
Oh. Should we get on the phone to the boring police, shall we?
Alan Shearer. We can get on that. Drogba, we've had a few from Drogba that have been ridiculous in past times. Ibrahimovic. He's already got a team with your icon.
Yeah, I could really do with packing that. He's just unbelievable. They've given Ibra tiki-taka and it makes me a very happy individual.
Some of the chat did say, what about a Shuri SBC? I think that'd probably be like a bronze, wouldn't it? Or...
Well, there's a yellow card for you, Brandon.
I think referee's not here anymore, so...
I don't know if I'd complete that one.
More shots.
You wouldn't actually need to submit anything in the SPC.
No, it's just the daily upgrade, that's what it is. Bit of a mistake there from Danipitbull. You think Emre is just sort of like starting to close this one out here, guys. Doesn't need to rush any attacks. Oh,
hang on. Just offside.
I tell you what, the runner at the bottom of the screen now, I think it might have been Yamal, I believe, was onside. I thought Danny was going to try that pass.
Bellingham is that game set match. Emre Yilmaz is off to his first ever FC Pro Open Grand Final. He's always been there on finals day, but he's always just lacked that extra result to push him one step further. This could be his year.
Fantastic finish there from Emre Yilmaz, and it's looking like he's booking that ticket into the final here. I mean, I don't know, sorry, is there any chance here for Danny?
I mean, God, you've got to play the most perfect match for the rest of it. And Emre's too calm, he's too composed, he's got too much experience.
Can we just speak about a stat as well, sorry to interrupt. The top four in the first ever FC Pro Open was Anders Vergang, Emre Yilmaz, Nicholas and Levy. The top four last year was Emre Yilmaz, Anders Vergang, Levy and Oberon. The top four this year was Anders Vergang, Emre, Levy, Danipitbull. 3 of the 4 have been the top 4 for the last 3 years.
Insane.
That is ridiculous.
Phil for Levy. So close, but
to still even be in that conversation.
It's still amazing. It's still amazing that he's got there.
On a different game every year.
I just think he knows he's at that level where he could actually win the whole thing.
What do you think separates when you get to this stage? You're just that one win away. What is it? Is it just being unlucky, the mentality,
I mean, it has to be mentality. I think ability-wise, these guys are so close. I think it really is a mentality thing. I think Anders could have 1 second left of the game. If he's down a goal, he still believes he's going to win that game. Like, he has that, I think they call it delusional confidence sometimes, which it's a bit of a cheat code for life, really.
Delusion turns into reality real quick.
I mean, while we're on the topic of SBCs, guys, What do you think the most complete SBC is over Team of the Year? I'm going Wilson.
Yes, yes. I completed her probably the fastest I have ever completed an SBC. I was so excited. Mainly because
Oh, this is liquid football.
she's one of the most well-rounded players. Also, I'm just a big fan of her in real life.
Tell you what, just keep passing. Just keep passing, Dan. It's going to go in. And a few people in the chat were just going back to me there saying, what do you mean different game? The game has changed. I mean, look, we've had 400 extra goals this year in the FC Pro than we did last year. It was the exact same format, the exact same players in every group. That shows you how different the game is. 397. I mean, this is even before the knockouts, by the way, but we've had 10 goals a game this season.
I mean, this is why we've had so much talk about mentality. Obviously, the stats prove it there. Last year, you would not have had to deal with any near the amount of goals conceded and then having to, reset, I need to go and attack again. How many times have we seen players come back and pull off wins in order to make it further into the tournament? That's why we're saying that mentality is more important than anything on C26.
That's the thing. You can't lose your head over one goal because you're going to concede 3 more in the next 5 minutes. And so no matter how far out, look at Levy's game earlier. You can automatically come back in this game.
9-5.
I mean, watching Emre Yilmaz, it's like he doesn't even do anything. He just does the most basic stuff in the game, but he does it right every single time he attacks.
Well, you know we're saying that they both love scoring goals. How's this for a teaser? Emre Yilmaz played Tex in December, just last month. The game finished 12-9 to Anders. There was 21 goals in that game, and they're going to play in our grand final next tonight.
Well, we've got an absolute treat on our hands then, haven't we? I mean, it's probably the end of the road here for Danny, but, I mean, can we just say, I mean, what an amazing tournament he's had, how fantastic he's been. I'm buzzing that he's at the World Championships as well.
Absolutely. I was just going to say, we'll see him this summer. He could sit back, play his league, have some fun, but he's already booked that ticket into the World Championship, so he should be very, very proud of himself. Top of his group as well in the group stage. And so to make it to this point, he should be very, very proud.
That's the great thing about knockouts as well, is you still get that sort of those moments, like that moment of Danny scoring that last-minute winner. You've not won the whole tournament, but he's still got that moment to remember forever of a last-minute goal at such a big tournament. Of course, adding a lot more prize money as well.
Look, he's still picking up $35,000 here, and he's also already in the prize pot for Saudi Arabia in July, when World Championships are going to be. I just love the fact that of all the outcomes and potential possibilities, we've got the exact same grand final as the Euros in December. Anders Verjang against Emre Yilmaz will be your grand final for this year's FC Pro Open, and I can promise you it is going to be packed with goals. It's going to be packed with drama. Tell you what, Danny's playing some lovely football.
He is the scorer of beautiful goals, Danipitbull. So many goals he scored, even when he topped the table last week. So many beautiful goals.
How many goals do you reckon we're going to get in our grand final?
Whew. I'm going to go...
I think I'm going to go more than 10.
Yeah, I'm going to go 12.
I'm going to go...
Under? 10? Over, under?
14.
Over. We're both over.
I reckon one of them wins 8-6. I mean, that is a really...
It's very specific.
Emre Yilmaz wins 8-6. Oh, sorry, Anders, I know you're listening.
Well, added time away, Emre Yilmaz, from his first ever FC Pro Open Grand Final. The last 2 years he was here in the top 4. He always fell at this moment in the semi-finals, but not this year.
Patini, Team of the Year item. Just absolutely gliding through there. Maybe one of the best centre mids of all time.
3.8 million, can you afford him?
Absolutely not. Yourself?
Nope, not even close.
Commiserations to Danipitbull, who is up on his feet to clap his opponent. A top 4 finish for the Italian. We'll be seeing him again, no doubt, this year in the Serie A and the World Championships. But Emre Yilmaz has gone one step further, and he's got a trophy to defend against that man who's been taking down every single Team Liquid player. The grand final of the FC Pro Open is up next.